Have you had a an influencer specialist on?
I've had a few. Yeah, I've had a few. In fact, one of the influencers shared this idea with me.
That's wild. Yeah, I would be more curious to learn more about how people are leveraging that because it feels like the future, but it also feels like there's a lot of like issues like what we were talking about where you get a lot of traffic, but not necessarily ready to buy prime traffic.
Yeah. You know, the best way to use an influencer, they said, first of all, um, okay, so I had this gentleman. It was so great. So what happened was I had a lady on my podcast. She was she was working in insurance sector, lost her job, got married, moved to another state, got a
Uh-huh.
baby, and now with a little baby, looking for a job, not finding it easy, said, you know what, forget it. I'm not gonna look for a job. I'll. Plus, she's one of those creative people, so she came up with a baby product idea,
Mm.
and she started selling on Amazon. So anyway, she's on my podcast talking about her experience, how
Uh-huh.
she did all this. So several weeks later, I invite this gentleman, an influencer, to the podcast to talk about how to use influencers. So
Uh-huh.
I asked him. I said, so his name is Scott. Scott, how do you know where to get influencers and how to pick the influencer? It's like hiring somebody. How do you hire an influencer? He said the most important quality in an influencer is not the number of followers, but that you want someone who has a passion for your product. That's what
Mm.
you want. And he said those who have small number of followers, they call micro influencers, they are even better because they're
Mm.
not going to ask you for payment. So they
Okay.
just love your product and they are looking to build themselves up to be one of those big boys who have millions of followers. So
Hmm.
therefore they need this. So get those and get 10, 12, 15 of those. It's much better than getting one big one. Number one.
Uh-huh.
Number two. So the second thing, a third thing he said that you want to do is you get the influencer to record a video, post it on YouTube, and then get people to, come to your product. But then also you take his video and post it on your social channels all over. So you're getting the influencer to produce the stuff,
Uh-huh.
but you are using the video in your social channels. So that way you are leveraging multiple audiences. And the fourth thing is if you can do this and the influencer agrees, get the influencer to do an Amazon live session and then get them to, you know, promote it on because they're going to promote themselves that they're going to be on Amazon Live and Amazon Live will produce, distribute that all over. And that's another way to leverage influencers. So it's just ideas that came out of it.
And that is so helpful. And that's first off, props on you for having such a good memory and remembering his whole process like that. That's impressive in of itself. But like you said, the micro influencers and the passion, like those are the people that I know personally I from buy from the most is when I see somebody that's really excited, that really believes in the product, that is like act as if it's their own product. And like you said, those are going to be the micro influencers, not the Taylor Swifts of the world or, those really big names.
Well, also one other thing that he said about Amazon Live advantage is Amazon Live will produce a video which then you can circulate yourself, which will have a shoppable link in it. So that shoppable link is a
Yep.
huge advantage. You're going from video direct to the listing. So it's something that influencers can do for you by appearing on Amazon Live.
Yeah, exactly. Amazon Live, we haven't had good results with it live. Like you didn't get a lot of traffic, but like you said, getting that shoppable link and then something where you can put it where it gets a lot more traffic is I think probably the way to go. That's interesting. That's a good
Yeah.
idea.
Yeah. Well, there's so much to do, and it's we talk about this, but it's so hard to put all the ducks in a row, and the whole thing is like an orchestra, right? So you are a conductor, and then you're bringing everything together and pulling them in one by one.
Well, and like there's just so many things you can do. Like we're just talking ad strategies and, I mean, launch strategies. And we've just like, I could go for another hour talking about launch strategies.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.